Hey guys, I just saw the Running Man movie directed by Edgar Wright and starring Glenn Powell, and I'm here to review it today. So, how does it do? Is it a good movie? Let's find out. Not really. Okay, so let me explain. So, I'm a big fan of Edgar Wright and his movies. The Cornetto trilogy is probably one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I had a lot of fun with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and Baby Driver is just excellent. Excellent movie. So, it's safe to say that I'm a pretty big fan. I'm a big fan, and I was very excited for this movie. And like you have Glenn Powell in it. This dude is like the new Tom Cruise. Of course I want to see it. This guy's awesome. And this is also based off of a Stephen King novel, which I don't really care about that part because Stephen King's a freak. And there was apparently a Running Man movie in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. I know nothing about the Running Man source material, nor do I care. I'm only here for Edgar Wright and Glenn Powell for the most part. Now that I've actually seen it, I'm disappointed. Unfortunately. Yeah, something always felt off when I was watching it, and I couldn't really put my finger on it until now. This movie isn't fully Edgar Wright. And what I mean by that is, there are certain times during the filmmaking that you could kind of tell a difference between what was his and what was just regular action movie stuff. If you look back on the previous Edgar Wright films like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver, there's a lot of creative shots there. Especially in the Cornetto trilogy, there was a lot of zooms and different quick transitions there. There's a lot of work put into that. And not to say that The Running Man didn't have any of that, but it's very evident that this is drastically different from those previous films. It's not Edgar Wright's unique voice. But then again, you could still see it, but not as much, if that makes sense. I also keep bringing up Glenn Powell, and he was really good too. He was probably like the one carrying the whole movie, pretty much. And you had a other cool cast of actors as well. We have Michael Cera for a little bit, which is cool that you brought him back. Nice little reunion of sorts. You have Josh Brolin, you got Lee Pace, you got all kinds of cool people. But Glenn Powell is the one carrying it, and his character's the most engaging one, and he is the main character. But that's the problem. It's like, it's just him that really has the most development. Everyone else is kind of off to the side most of the time. Yeah, not a lot of the characters are interesting. Now, the premise is very interesting. It's like in a dystopian, futuristic world where you still have VHS tapes, so that's pretty neat, kind of retro. But you also have this game show where you're being hunted down, and if you survive 30 days, you win $1 billion. So it's kind of like Hunger Games, but not exactly. I mean, it worked okay, I guess. It was the execution was kind of generic, I guess. The writing itself, this is something I've noticed that was very different from previous movies, is that there is a lot of exposition in this movie, and they kind of mask it as like, oh, well, I'll tell you in this way, like to kind of be meta about it or whatever. And it's just like, I see what you're doing, and it's not gonna work. I'm sorry. And it's just kind of like, this is boring. This movie is pretty boring, and it's also like 2 hours and 13 minutes, I believe. It's pretty long, and it's drug out, and I felt drained at the end of it. There's also a lot of convenient things happening for the main character, and this is something that Moist Critical pointed out in his review, is that there are people who are more capable of winning the Running Man than Glenn Powell's character is. And, you know, I can agree with that. There's a lot of contrivances and conveniences throughout this movie. I will say the action is really good though. The action was it was a fun movie. It's fun, it's action-packed, it's not a bad movie. Let me rephrase. It's a good action movie, but a bad Edgar Wright movie. And that's what I'll say there. Actually, let me do a quick ranking of the Edgar Wright movies that I've seen. I haven't seen Last Night in Soho or that whatever the cowboy movie he made long ago. So last place is this one, The Running Man. Fifth place would be Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Fourth, I'd say The World's End. Third place would be Baby Driver. Second would be Hot Fuzz, and then the first would be Shaun of the Dead. I love Shaun of the Dead. It's so good. But, yeah, that's how I feel about this movie. If I had to give it a number score, I would say 5 out of 10. It has things I like and don't like equally. So, yeah, 5 out of 10. But hey, what do I know?